So let's jump right in. As I vaguely alluded to just a few minutes ago, pointing is for us a really important idea. So pointing is something that's built into us as human beings.
Yep.
It's a gesture that's about geometry, it's about the room, it's about real-world space. You do it to connect your body to distant objects, distant bits of space, and you do it for the benefit of other people who can apparently do magic vector math in their heads and know what you're pointing at. That's 100 million years of evolution right there. We decided to extend that as a sort of necessity into the digital realm. So, of course, it's always been the case that as a human, if you can see something, you can also point to it. Now we extend that to say if you can point to it, you can manipulate it. So this is a tremendously powerful and really fun kind of action.
And what did you do on your hands to make that action happen?
Yeah,
you just squeezed a finger?
That's right. G-Speak is a pose-based system. When you point with one finger like this, you get a cursor on the screen. And of course, you get one of those for each of the hands that you have. 1, 2, or 3, depending on the kind of human you are. And when you bring your thumb down gently like that, you've grabbed the letter.
Wow.
You've grabbed the element on the screens. And we add to that a small vocabulary of instantaneous gestures. So if we want to clean up our workspace, we can do that. Sort of hitchhiking, take me out of here.
Yep.
Pushing, as I suggested before, is an important idea. So pushing should mean the same thing here digitally that it means physically. Just push a bunch of stuff around.
Yep.
Clean up, make a mess like this. If we want to circle things up, we can just do that by making circles. Then we get Minority Report, and now we get G-Speak. So with a different pose, with our hands held like a freshman physics XYZ coordinate system, you get to fly. And it's a simple and intuitive matter of moving left to move left, moving right to move right, up and down. And in and out gives you zoom control. So
a surgeon could use this to fly through the brain while he's operating on you, or fly through the heart, or check out what's coming off the CAT scan or whatnot.
Absolutely. So a big part of our work is about navigation of 2D pictorial spaces, navigation of 3D spaces, abstract data spaces, or incredibly importantly, real 3D spaces.
Now, what popped up right there? These
MR.
lines popped up. What are those?
Yeah, so those are indications that there is spatial annotation. So an analyst came along before us and marked certain parts of the world. Let's keep zooming through these demos here. So this is, again, video, as we saw before, and we've got very kind of gross level remote control here, just with the hand. So play forward, pause, or stop in the name of love, play backwards. And of course, the system doesn't care whether you're right-handed or left-handed or ambidextrous. It invites all of that. Then there's using, again, one finger to point, as we saw before. In this application, controls time. So you're indexing into the timeline that's at the bottom there, and you're doing it either discontinuously or you're doing it continuously in order to scrub through the video, which has the really fabulous effect of surfacing temporal or chronological artifacts that are hard to see any other way. So if you point with 2 fingers, the cursor changes and you're grabbing space instead of time. So you can grab with one hand, grab with 2 hands, and now we have a way to move around the image and, in fact, to stretch it, to zoom, just by grabbing and kind of pulling like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it feels good. So anytime you've got the opportunity to spatialize data, you should do so.
Okay.
Annotation is a simple but really important idea. As far as we're concerned, every app should allow you, at the very least, to make some sloppy Madden-style annotations. You should be able to draw an arrow or circle something that's important, or draw an X through something that you want to get rid of. Here, of course, we're literally drawing in the plane of the screen there, but we can also rotate the underlying coordinate system to provide a new kind of access to 3D. Rotate that once again, and there we've just built that thing, whatever it is, in 3D. We can save that and try the next more interesting thing, which is to use one hand to leave marks in the space, and the other hand to rotate the underlying space. And that's the kind of synthetic 3D feat that is probably not worth trying. And single frame advance, go backwards or forwards like this. And then just by adjusting the height of the hand in the application, you add progressive multipliers to that until at the very top you're accessing the entire film.
Wow.
But we decided to go one step further then, and with your hand held like this, you can isolate rotoscoped elements from the different films, and you can grab those elements, bring them back to life, and then pull them down to the composing table. So we'll take that guy from Branded to Kill, and maybe come over here to Playtime. And we've got a lot of different layers here, but we'll give the Branded to Kill guy a friend. In fact, I'll give him a few friends. And just to keep the peace, it's probably advisable to grab Cowboy, partial to Woody Strode myself. He's wandering around there now as well. And probably a police escort is a nice idea. So here we are from vanishing point. We'll take this big dust cloud and put it down on the table there. So, you know, at the same time, this is kind of a glimpse of what the future of media production might be. This is obviously a simplified version of something that you want to use.
Final Cut 15.
Exactly. Well, you get to cut 15 a lot faster, I think, this way.
Yep. No, that's really cool. Thank you so much.
Sure.
We'll start part 2 shortly.
Let's begin.